Hello, friends. A very good afternoon to all of you, and welcome once again to the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. I'm Gourav Gupta. Most of you would know me, and today in this session, we are taking on crash course for MAH CET 2022, and we are going to discuss data interpretation charts. So, good afternoon, everyone, and please quickly confirm if I'm audible and visible to all of you. All right. Okay, so Sameer, Maheshwari Bharti, Jatin, Vicky, Rupali, Mayur, Aishwarya, good afternoon and welcome all of you to this session. Shefali, Dharmi, all of you, welcome back once again. And as requested in one of the sessions in the last week, I am here with a session on data interpretation. Now, data interpretation, I'll be taking in two parts. So today we are going to discuss some of the charts, some of the tricks and techniques to deal with the questions that will come in front of you. And then we'll continue the session in the second part of data interpretation, and I believe the session will be conducted day after tomorrow. All right. So good afternoon, everyone. So people are joining in slowly and steadily. All right. Wonderful, wonderful to see all of you once again in this session. So friends, welcome back once again. So in this session, crash course to MAH CET 2022, we are going to discuss data interpretation charts. Now, before I directly jump to the questions, to the sets, let us have a look at a few things that we need to remember, because of which we'll be able to save plenty of time while doing the questions of data interpretation. Now, generally, we see the question of data interpretations coming in a set of 4 to 5 questions, and most of these questions are based on the basic calculation techniques involving percentages and ratios. Now, if we are good in these calculations, percentages especially, if we are good with percentage calculations, if I'll throw a question in front of you to find out 32 percentage of 190, so 32 percentage calculate karna hai 190 ka. Now some of us will use a conventional technique, 32 divided by 100 into 190, zero cancel karenge and then multiply karenge, right? Now obviously this method is absolutely fine, there is nothing bad in this method, but this method is not, I'll say, efficient method, so that we'll be able to save time. Okay. Now, in case you are able to use any alternate technique which is able to save your time, then definitely you can mark your answer and can attempt more number of questions in this examination. Now, this examination is all about speed. We have a total of 200 questions, and we understand that to get a call from JBIMS, we need to target a score of 150 plus. Okay, so if we are unable to save time in such easy questions of data interpretation in which basic calculations techniques are required, then we'll not be able to attempt many questions. So it's important to save a lot of time in these questions. Okay, so in the first part, like in the next 10-15 minutes, I'll give you some tricks and techniques, some approximation methods, some things to remember that will save your time in solving the questions of data interpretation. So once again, good afternoon, everyone, the students who have joined in just now. So welcome all of you in this session. So we are just going to start with the very important things in data interpretation. Now, first of all, the first thing that you need to remember or you need to practice is the calculation techniques. Okay, so calculation you need to improve. Okay, now like I told you, let's say we need to calculate 32 percentage of 190. अब इसका value calculate करना है and we'll have to mark the answer based on this. Now we have 5 options given in our examination. Okay, 5 option होते हैं, and generally we see that these 5 options are not very close to each other. Okay, generally ऐसा होता है, कभी ऐसा नहीं करेंगे कि वो बहुत ज्यादा close options देंगे. Okay, so we can say that if we'll go with some of the approximation techniques, then we will be able to get or mark the answer in a quicker manner. Okay, so actual answer निकालने की जरूरत नहीं है. You can calculate the approximate answer and then just by looking at the options, you can estimate what can be the correct answer. सो अगर मैं यहाँ पे 32% ऑफ 190 कैलकुलेट करना है, सो इफ आई फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल गो फॉर लेट्स से 30% ऑफ दिस नंबर, सो मुझे 30% अगर कैलकुलेट करना है, ओके, सो 190 इज द बेस, 190 का 10% कितना हो जाएगा, इट विल बी 19, ओके, 190 का 10% 19 होगा, तो 30% कितना होना चाहिए, 30% शुड बी 19 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 3, दैट इज 57. So certainly 30% is 57 and I am calculating 32%. So my answer should be a little more than 57. ओके, सो अगर ऑप्शंस में कोई एक ऐसा ऑप्शन है जो 57 से थोड़ा सा ज्यादा है, देन यू कैन स्ट्रेट अवे मार्क दैट ऑप्शन एज योर आंसर एंड क्विकली मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. This is one important thing that you need to understand while doing the calculations: approximation techniques. Okay, so don't waste your time in calculating the actual answer. Use approximation techniques with the options that are given to you and you can mark the answer quickly. ओके, सो अब 30% हो गया 57, अब मुझे 2% कैलकुलेट करना है, तो 1% ऑफ 190 विल बी 1.9, तो 2% कितना हो जाएगा, दिस विल बी मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 2, दैट विल बी 3.8. सो नाउ आई हैव 30% विद मी and 2% with me, so this is 30% and this is 2%. Add these two values quickly and you will get the actual answer. Okay, now if you are comfortable with this technique, if you have practiced good number of questions using this technique, then you will be able to use this technique efficiently. And एक बहुत अच्छी चीज है इस टेक्निक के साथ, इस टेक्निक को अगर यूज करोगे तो एरर्स बहुत कम होते हैं. ओके, 32 को 19 से मल्टीप्लाई करना यूजिंग कन्वेंशनल टेक्निक, इट विल बी अ लिटिल लेंदी एंड मल्टीप्लीकेशंस में हम एरर्स कर सकते हैं व्हेन इट कम्स टू मल्टीप्लाइंग बिग नंबर्स. बट इस केस में जो मैंने मेथड यूज किया है, आई हैव नॉट यूज्ड बिग मल्टीप्लीकेशंस, मैंने बहुत छोटी छोटी मल्टीप्लीकेशंस यूज की हैं. 19 को 3 से मल्टीप्लाई किया, 19 को 2 से मल्टीप्लाई किया एंड देन सिंपल एडिशन. ओके, सो यूजिंग दिस मेथड इट विल बी मोर एक्यूरेट, error free, and it will be faster. Okay, so you can adapt this technique while solving questions, while finding the answer to the questions in examination. Okay, so सबसे पहला basic learning है, calculations improve करनी है and approximation techniques use करनी है. All right, now let's move towards the second thing that we need to remember. Now second thing that we need to remember is percentage equivalence of fractions. Now this is one thing that saves a lot of time in the examination. Okay, yes Priya, it is absolutely correct, good. Okay, question bank DI of bank questions so you solve कर रहे हो, but DI bank questions का ना थोड़ा सा और easy होता है. ठीक है, सो बैंकिंग के अगर आप क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर रहे हो तो उससे ऊपर थोड़ा सा लेवल इंक्रीज करो अपना. ओके, ट्राई टू रेज द लेवल अ बिट. You solving questions of banking examinations will increase your speed, but we need to improve, we need to increase the level of difficulty. Okay, so second thing I was talking about, परसेंटेज इक्विवेलेंस ऑफ फ्रैक्शंस. परसेंटेज इक्विवेलेंस ऑफ फ्रैक्शंस का मतलब क्या है, कुछ फ्रैक्शंस हैं जैसे 1/3, सो 1/3 का परसेंटेज इक्विवेलेंट हमें पता होना चाहिए, इट इज 33.33%. okay, so if in certain calculations you have something like 21/63 into 100 and you have to convert it into percentage, so 21/63 you can visualize it is 1/3, 1/3 है तो ये कितना हो जाएगा 33.33%. तो आपको डिवाइड नहीं करना पड़ेगा. also if you have something like 21/64, ठीक है, 21/64 है. now we know that अगर 64 की जगह 63 होता, if there would have been 63 in the denominator, then answer would be 33.33. okay, 21/63, the answer is 33.33. but we have an increased denominator, डिनोमिनेटर इंक्रीज हो गया है, तो अगर डिनोमिनेटर इंक्रीज हो गया है तो वैल्यू शुड डिक्रीज, तो मेरा आंसर शुड बी जस्ट लेस देन 33.33. ओके, सो 21/64 क्लियरली विजिबल है, कैंसल आउट नहीं कर सकते. but we can certainly use percentage equivalence of fractions as well as approximation techniques to approximate our answer. Okay, so 21 upon 64 should be just less than 33.33. Jay Gandhi, you are absolutely correct. Good. So I love those people who respond to these things by writing their answers in the chat box. So it's my request to all of you, like Jatin, Abhilasha, Alia, Shubh, Priya, and so on. Lots of students are responding with their answers. So there are 80 plus students live in this session. So I want each and everyone to respond. Whatever is there in their mind, respond with that thing. Okay. So 21 upon 64 का value 33.33 से थोड़ा सा कम होगा. Okay. And believe me, there will be only one option which will be satisfying this. So 33 point something, 32.9 के आसपास आंसर होना चाहिए. एंड हमारे एग्जाम में ऑप्शंस बहुत ज्यादा क्लोज नहीं होते. ओके, सो दिस इज वन स्किल दैट दे आर टेस्टिंग फॉर. ओके, नाउ अदर देन 1/3 you must learn certain more percentage equivalence of fraction like 1/4. So can you give me an answer for 1/4? Then 1/6, 1/7, 1/9, 1/11. ये बहुत ज्यादा frequently यूज होते हैं. Okay, fine. So 1/4 is how much? It is 25%. 1/6 is 16.67%. 1/7 is 14.28%. 1/9 is 11.11 percentage. 1/11 is 9.09 percentage. Okay. So try to memorize these percentage equivalence of fractions. ये वाले fractions frequently use होते हैं. Okay, ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा मैं कि और सारे fractions use नहीं होते, but these fractions are frequently used. Okay, now my suggestion will be try to remember percentage equivalence of all the fractions starting from 1 up till 25. ठीक है, so 1/1, 1/2, 1/3, 1/4 ऐसे करके 1/25 तक याद करने की कोशिश करो. Alright, now other than direct usage of percentage equivalence of fractions, what you will see the multiples of these percentage equivalence of fractions. Like I have 1/4, then what will be 3/4? I'm sorry, what will be 3/4? So 1/4 अगर 25 percentage है, तो 3/4 कितना हो जाएगा? उसका third multiple. So 25 into 3 is 75 percentage. Exactly. Good, Ash. Divya, it will be 75 percentage. Okay, now 1/6 is there in front of you, so what will be 5/6? So 5/6 will be fifth multiple. और 5/6 कैलकुलेट करने के लिए आप क्या कर सकते हो? 1 minus 1/6 लिख सकते हैं. तो 100% में से 16.67 percentage माइनस कर दो, you will get 83.33 percentage. Good, very good, Shubh. Wonderful, wonderful to see your response. Nice, keep it up. All right, 1/7 है तो 2/7 कितना हो जाएगा? 2/7 will be 14.28 multiplied by 2, that is 28.56. All right, so likewise try to remember these percentage equivalence of fractions and you will certainly save plenty of time while doing calculations. Okay, all right, so these are certain things that we need to practice. अब practice के लिए हमारे पास बहुत कम दिन बचे हैं. So this is the crucial time wherein you can increase your speed drastically. So 20 days से कम time बचा है हमारे पास, 15 days I'll say. Okay, so less than 15 days are left. So जो भी next remaining days हैं, like you can practice all these things for the next 1 week and certainly you will see a change in yourself. Now let's move ahead and look at the questions. So in this session I'll be taking up 2 sets. Okay, 2 sets हम करेंगे having 5 questions each, and like all my previous sessions I'll be giving you one set, will be showing you certain common data, and then we'll be solving the questions one by one. I want each and everyone to solve these questions and post your answer in the chat box. For every question I'll be giving you somewhere around 45 seconds to 1 minute. So the first set will appear on your screen in a few moments now. So please take out some rough sheets and a pen. So the first set on your screen now. So these are the directions for first 5 questions. Study these directions and answer the given questions. So the bar graph given below, carefully read whatever is mentioned above the graph. Don't just look at the graph, read the line which is there above the graph as well as below the graph. So the bar graph given below shows the average number of fruits and the number of apples in 5 different baskets, A, B, C, D, E. So there are 5 baskets, and the bar graph gives you the average number of fruits. So blue bar is giving you the average number of fruits, and red is giving you the number of apples. Okay. Below the graph, it says that total number of fruits is equal to number of apples plus number of mangoes. So it is certain that we have only 2 fruits, apple and mangoes. All right, fine. No, Priya, this is not the previous year question. So this is the question created by us only. Okay, matching the level of difficulty of previous year questions. All right. Okay, so this is the data. Now all of you be ready. I am going to take you to the first question based on the given information. So all of you be ready. The first question now. The question is, if the number of mangoes in basket E and basket F together is 1300. So basket F की बात हो रही है, which is for which the data is not given in the graph. Okay, so you'll have to make a new basket for yourself. So number of mangoes in basket E and F together is 1300, and the ratio of the number of mangoes to the number of apples in basket F is 8:9. So you have to find out the number of apples in basket F. You have less than 1 minute, around 45 seconds for this one. Right? Any answer? Okay, so let me start solving this question. Meanwhile, you all can post your answers. Now they're talking about the number of mangoes in basket E and basket F. Now basket E data is given in the graph. So let us calculate the number of mangoes from basket E. Okay, so basket E total number of fruits will be, if I look at the blue line, the value is 640. Okay, the value is 640. Now I'm talking about basket E. So total fruits in this basket will be 640 multiplied by 2, that is 1280. Okay, so this will be the total number of fruits. Now number of apples is given by red graph, and which is equal to 540. So apples in this case is 540. So number of mangoes in this basket will be 1280 minus 540. Now I'm writing all these things, but you know there is no need to write all these values. इस तरीके से लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है, because in actual examination we'll be saving time by not writing all these things. Okay, so 740 is the number of mangoes in this basket. Okay, fine. नाउ बास्केट ई में नंबर ऑफ मैंगोज पता लग गए, तो बास्केट एफ में नंबर ऑफ मैंगोज निकाल सकते हैं, बिकॉज टोटल नंबर ऑफ मैंगोज ऑफ दीज टू बास्केट्स इज गिवन एज 1300. So if I talk about basket F, the number of mangoes will be 1300 minus 740. Okay, so it is 560. So 560 is the number of mangoes in this basket. Now for basket F, the ratio of mangoes and apples, is given as 8:9, which is number of mangoes kitne hai? Given hai 560 divided by number of apples. So now using this ratio, you can calculate the number of apples. So it will be 70 into 9, and that is 630. So 630 will be the number of apples in basket F. All right. I hope you have understood the calculations that I have done. The calculations were straightforward. It's just that we need to calculate a lot of things. ठीक है, बहुत सारी चीजें calculate करनी है, but simple subtractions and ratios is applied here. So बहुत simple question था, 630. Option C is the correct answer. All right. Okay. Now let's move towards question number 2. Now, question number 2 is the average number of mangoes in basket B and basket D together is what percentage? अब question आ गया है percentage का. Okay. So, is what percentage of the number of apples in basket A? So, try to use approximation techniques if you want to. Diksha, caselets, they might appear in one of the sessions of data interpretation. So, specially कोई session नहीं होगा शायद caselet का, but data interpretation के session में, in the session of data interpretation, will be covering the caselets. All right. Okay, so let us start with this one. They're talking about basket B and basket D, these two baskets. Okay, and they're talking about the number of mangoes. So, number of mangoes पहले calculate करते हैं. So, for that, total fruits for basket B, 480 into 2, that is 960, minus the number of apples, which is 400. Okay, so number of mangoes in this basket will be, in basket B, will be 960 minus 400. So all of you can write it. This will be 560. Similarly, what will be the number of mangoes in basket D? Can anyone write it? So it will be 500 into 2, that is 1000 is the total number of fruits, minus 420. So that will be equal to 580. Okay. Now they are asking about the average number of mangoes in these two baskets. So अब इन दोनों numbers का average कितना हो जाएगा? इन दोनों numbers का average हो जाएगा 570. So 570, which is the average of these two numbers, is what percentage of number of apples in basket A? Basket A में apples कितने हैं? It is equal to 600. All right. So this is what you have to calculate. Now 600 अगर base है तो इसका 10% कितना होगा? 60 and 5% will be 30. All right. So ये जो numerator है 570, denominator से 30 कम है. That means 5% कम होगा. So answer should be 100 minus 5. That is 95%. Okay. So whatever you want, you can do that. Now Pramod is asking why is it multiplied by 2? So Pramod, I believe you have joined the session a little late. So carefully read the average number of fruits. So average number of fruits, and there are only 2 fruits in this basket. Okay. So if you would have seen the common data, so common data में बताया गया था that there were 2 fruits, apples and mangoes only, and blue graph is the average number of fruits. So there are 2 fruits, so that is why this number is multiplied by 2. All right. Okay. Thank you, Jay. Thank you for responding to the query of Pramod. Okay. So let's move on to question number 3. Question number 3. What is the sum of number of apples in basket D and basket E? Sorry, what is the ratio of the sum of number of apples in basket D and E to the number of fruits in basket C? A very easy question for all of you. Very, very, very easy question. Yes, any answer? So first of all, they are talking about basket D and basket E and the number of apples. So number of apples in basket D is 420 and basket E is 540. So इन दोनों को add कर देते हैं 960. So first number in the numerator is 960 and we have to find the ratio of this number with the total number of fruits in basket C. So total number of fruits in basket C will be 600 multiplied by 2. So that is 1200. Okay. Now you can do easy calculations. 24 cancel हो रहा है, 240 cancel हो रहा है. So it will be equal to 4 upon 5. Simple ratio. So yes, the correct answer, majority of students have given this answer. Option A, 4 is to 5. Wonderful, great. So that was pretty easy one. Let's move towards the next question, question number 4. This will be slightly difficult. If the price of each mango and each apple in basket B is 15 and 16 respectively, then find the total cost of fruits in basket B. So थोड़ा सा कैलकुलेशन इन्वॉल्व होगा, ज्यादा कुछ नहीं. Question easy है, calculations are required. This is what you will find in your actual examination. Okay, so basket B, let us separate the number of mangoes and apples. So total number of fruits will be 480 into 2, that is 960. Total number of fruits minus the number of apples, that is 400. So number of apples हमें पता है 400. Number of mangoes will be 960 minus 400, that is 560. Now mango की cost कितनी है? Mango की cost है 15 rupees. So multiplied by 15. And apple की cost कितनी है? 16. So multiply 16. So total cost or total money involved for apples will be 16 into 4, that is 6400. And for mangoes, अब मैं 15 से मल्टीप्लाई करना है मुझे, ठीक है. मैं क्या करता हूं, पहले 10 से मल्टीप्लाई किया 5600. ओके, 560 को 15 से मल्टीप्लाई करना है, तो पहले 10 से मल्टीप्लाई किया, 560 इंटू 10 इज 5600 एंड देन इंटू 5 कर देंगे. अब इंटू 10 पता है तो इंटू 5 क्या हो जाएगा, उसका हाफ, तो 5600 का हाफ 2800. ओके, सो इस तरीके से कैलकुलेशंस इजी बना सकते हो, राइट. So it will be 8400, right? Now add these two numbers and that will be the total cost of fruits. So 8 and 6, 14, 14,800 will be the correct answer. All right. So 14,800, which is option C, is the correct answer. Now, some of you have given option B as the answer. I believe they have committed a small mistake in calculations. Okay, so please have a look at the mistake that you have committed, rectify it, and try not to repeat it again. Okay, question number 5, the last question of this set, and then after that we'll move on to the pie charts. What is the average of the total number of fruits in basket A, D, and E together? Now make sure that you are not committing any mistake in this question. Okay, easy question hai. Average of the number of fruits in basket A, D, and E together. So baskets under consideration are A, D, and E. Let us calculate the total fruits in these baskets. So basket A, 540 multiplied by 2, 1080. Basket D, 500 into 2, that is 1000. And basket E, 640 into 2, that is 1280. So total number of fruits कितने हो जाएंगे? 1000, 2000, 3200, 3360. अब इसको क्या करना है? डिवाइडेड बाय 3 करना है. 1120. बहुत सिंपल क्वेश्चन था. 1120. Option A is the correct answer. All right. Okay, so that was set number 1 for the day. Now let's quickly move on to set number 2. But before that, small request to all of you. Take out 1 second and quickly press the like button if you haven't done it till now. Now, before we'll move on to the next set, I want the number of likes to be increased and cross 100. So please have a look at the number of likes. It is less than 75. I want this to cross 100 in a matter of few seconds. Come on, if you're liking this session, quickly hit the like button. We are moving on to the more difficult set as compared to the first one. So Let's quickly move on to that set and have a look at this. So I hope all of you have pressed the like button. Still the number of likes is less than 75. Come on, make sure that you are liking this session. All right, now let's move on and look at, yes, Abhilasha, you can ignore those spam messages in the chat box. Okay, so let's move ahead and look at the next set. Now study the following pie chart carefully and answer the given questions. The pie chart given below shows the percentage distribution of 6 different type of chocolates in a school. Total number of chocolates given is 7200. So the data is very simple. Percentage wise distribution of 6 different chocolates in a school: Nestle, Snicker, 5-star, Cadbury, Melody and Fruit and Nuts. Okay, so let's move to the first question, because there is nothing in the data as of now. You don't need to decode, you don't need to understand this data. Data is pretty straightforward. The questions will be a little difficult. Okay, so the first question on your screen now. This set will involve a little bit of calculations. Okay, so please be careful. Swagat, yes, somebody from our back end will block this. Okay. Samir, a similar chart was taken, but not this one. The questions are certainly different. Any answer for this? Now, for students who are using a small screen, percentage values might not be visible properly. So I have written these percentages. Quickly note them down somewhere at the corner of your rough sheet. In सबको note कर लो respectively, so that you can use the similar values or same values for the next questions. All right. Now let's look at this question. So question says that if 1 by 9 of Melody chocolates, Melody का percentage कितना है? 25%. 25% of 7200. ठीक है? So 1 by 9 of Melody chocolates, 1 by 6 of Cadbury, 1 by 3 of Nestle are distributed in equal quantity in class 10, having total strength of 31 students. Then find the number of chocolates received by each student in this class. Okay. अब यहाँ पे approximations भी यूज कर सकते हैं. ओके, राइट. सो 1 by 9 ऑफ मेलेडी चॉकलेट्स. सो मेलेडी चॉकलेट्स टोटल कितनी है? 7200. 7200, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मेलेडी चॉकलेट्स कितना हो जाएगा? 25% ऑफ 7200. ओके, नाउ 7200 का 25% कितना होगा? इट विल बी 1800. ओके, 1800 को 9 से डिवाइड किया, दैट विल गिव यू 200. So number of Melody chocolates is 200. ये वाली calculation orally कर सकते हैं. Then talking about Cadbury. Cadbury is 7%. Okay. Now 7%, 7 upon 100 into 7200 will give you 7 into 7200. अब इसका 1 by 6 करना है, तो यहीं पे divide by 6 कर दो. No need to multiply 7 and 72. So 1 by 6 कर दिया. So 72 divided by 6 is 12. 12 into 7 is 84. So number of Cadbury chocolates कितनी है? 84. Right? Nestle chocolates का 1/3. Nestle is 14%. So 14%, 14 upon 100 into 7200. So it will be 14 into 72 divided by 3. 72 divided by 3 is 24. Okay. Now 24 को 14 से multiply करना है, तो it will be 240 plus 96. that is 336. So 336 will be number of Nestle chocolates. अब इनका सम इनका 300, 400, 500, 500, 600 के आसपास है सम. Not exactly 600, but it is near to 600. Okay. Now 31 students को chocolates distribute करनी है. हर एक को 10 chocolates नहीं मिल सकती because 31 into 10 is 310. 20 probable answer, 30 will exceed the value, 40 will exceed the value. Okay, so 31 into 20 will give you the relevant answer. So you can mark this as the answer, or it's totally up to you. You can go for the exact calculations. So in the last part of the calculations, I've tried to save 5 to 6 seconds in adding these numbers, right? So मैंने क्या किया, मैंने बोला कि अप्रोक्सीमेटली आंसर और इनका सम 600 के आसपास आएगा. प्रिसाइजली 620 इज द सम. 620 को 31 से डिवाइड करेंगे, द वैल्यू विल बी 20. ऑलराइट, ओके, सो द आंसर विल बी 20. ग्रेट. ओके, प्रांजल इज आस्किंग व्हाई प्लस 96. ओके, ये वाला पूछ रहे हो. सो 24 को 14 से मल्टीप्लाई किया. सो 24 को पहले 10 से मल्टीप्लाई करना है तो 240 आ जाएगा. 24 को 4 से मल्टीप्लाई किया तो 96 आ जाएगा. ठीक है. सो व्हाट आई हैव डन इज 24 into 14. आई हैव सिंप्लीफाइड दिस कैलकुलेशन. ऑलराइट, ओके, सो दैट वाज क्वेश्चन नंबर 6. लेट्स मूव ऑन टू क्वेश्चन नंबर 7. Anand, you are asking how to tackle with jumbled papers. So we'll be telling you this particular thing when we'll be talking about the strategy to be used in this examination. Okay. Sameer, I have covered that part at the beginning of this session. So the question is, the cost price of each fruited nut chocolate is 17 rupees and 1/18 of fruited nut chocolates are distributed. Then the total cost of chocolates distributed to class 5, that means जो fruit and nut distribute किया है, is what percentage of the overall cost of melody chocolates if the price of each melody is ₹5. So पहले हमें find out करना है कि fruit and nut chocolates जो है हमने कितनी fruit and nut chocolates distribute की हैं. Okay, so fruit and nut is 16%. So 16% of 7200 will be 16 into 72, right? And this is the total number of fruit and nut chocolates. How many we have distributed? We have distributed 1/18 of this. So that means we have distributed 16 into 4, 64 fruit and nut chocolates. The total cost involved in distribution is 64 multiplied by 17. Leave it as it is. Now, we have to find out this value 64 into 17 is what percentage of the overall cost of Melody chocolates. So Melody chocolates kitna distribute kiya hai? 25% of 7200. So number of Melody chocolates distributed is how much? Yes, anyone? Number of Melody chocolates distributed is 1800. And हर एक का price कितना है? Into 5 कर दिया. So this is the total cost involved in Melody chocolates. So we have to find out 64 into 17 is what percentage of 1800 into 5. So percentage calculate करने के लिए multiply 100 कर दिया. So ये part cancel हो जाएगा. So the calculation in front of us is 64 into 17 divided by 18 into 5. Okay. अब approximation technique. 64 into 17, look at the left hand side of your screens, divided by 5 into 18. मैंने ऐसे लिख लिया. Now 17/18, ये वाला जो value है ये just less than 1 होगा, और I can say that approximately ये वाला value 1 होगा, approximately 17/18 approximately 1 होगा, और 1 से थोड़ा सा कम होगा. अब 64/5 calculate कर लो. 64/5 will be how much? 64/5 will be 12.8. ठीक है. 64/5 will be 12.8. 12.8 को अगर मैं मल्टीप्लाई करता हूं एक ऐसे नंबर से जो 1 से थोड़ा सा कम है, तो आंसर 12 से थोड़ा सा कम होना चाहिए, सॉरी आंसर 12.8 से थोड़ा सा कम होना चाहिए, राइट? सो 12.8 से थोड़ा सा कम आंसर एक ही ऑप्शन में है, विच इज ऑप्शन सी, दैट इज 12.09। I'll explain you once again. 17 by 18 ये जो वैल्यू होगा ये 1 से थोड़ा सा कम होगा, अप्रोक्सीमेटली 1। सो आई कैलकुलेट 64 by 5। 64 by 5 का वैल्यू कितना होता है? 12.8। ठीक है, अब 12.8 को अगर हम मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे विद अ नंबर विच इज 1 और स्लाइटली लेस देन 1, तो आंसर क्या आएगा? 12.8 से थोड़ा सा कम हो जाएगा। एंड वी हैव ओनली वन ऑप्शन विच इज ऑप्शन सी, दैट इज 12.09। ओके, ऑलराइट, let's move on to the next question, question number 8. If class 6 received 40% of total 5-star chocolates, 15% of total Melody, 33.33% of total Snicker, then calculate the total number of chocolates distributed in class 6. So simple question है, straight forward question है, ज़्यादा कुछ मेहनत नहीं करनी है, and percentage values calculate करनी है. Okay? So 5-star chocolates टोटल 20% है एंड हमने 40% ऑफ दिस डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना है, तो 40% ऑफ 20 कितना हो जाएगा? 8%। सो 5-star chocolates will be 8% of 7200, which will be 8 into 72. All right, so 7 8s are 56, 560 plus 16, that is 576. So मैंने अगेन ब्रेक किया, 8 into 70 किया, 8 into 70 is 560, 8 into 2 is 16. So 560 plus 16 is 576, right? Next, 15% of melody. So melody total कितनी है? 25%. So melody का वैल्यू कितना होगा? 1800. 1800 का 15% कैलकुलेट करना है. So melody will be 15% कैलकुलेट करना है तो 10% होगा 180 and 5% will be 90. That is 270. All right. Then lastly, Snickers. Snickers total कितनी है? 18%. 18% का 33%, दैट मीन्स 1/3 करना है. सो 1/3 ऑफ 18 कितना होता है? 6. सो 6% ऑफ टोटल कैलकुलेट कर लो. सो 6% ऑफ टोटल विल बी 6 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 72. सो 6 into 72, 6 into 70 is 420. 420 plus 12 is 432. Now you can add these three numbers to get your final answer. अब अप्रोक्सीमेटली अगर करेंगे, सो 500, 700, 1100, 1200, 1200 समथिंग आंसर होना चाहिए. मैंने एक्चुअल में ऐड नहीं किया इन्हें, यूनिट डिजिट भी चेक कर सकते थे, बट मैंने अप्रोक्सीमेटली ऐड किया एंड 1200 समथिंग आंसर होना चाहिए. वी हैव ओनली वन ऑप्शन in front of us, and which is option C. Okay, all right, wonderful, all of you those who have responded to this question, great, good, keep it up. Question number 9 for all of you. Now you must be observing that all these questions are requiring or are testing your calculations in one or the other way. Now question is, total number of chocolates of Fruit and Nut, Nestle and 5-star together is approximately what percentage of 7 by 6 times the remaining number of chocolates? बहुत easy question है, ध्यान से करना. No, Abhilasha, we don't have. Okay. Now total number of chocolates of fruit and nut. So fruit and nut kahan gaya 16%. Nestle is 14% and 5 star is 20. So 16 plus 14 plus 20, that will be 50%. Wow. Simple calculation. 50%. This value is what? Percentage of 7 by 6 times of the remaining chocolates. अब जो चॉकलेट अंडर कंसिडरेशन है फ्रूट एंड नट नेस्ले एंड 5 स्टार दिस कंट्रीब्यूट्स टू 50%. सो रिमेनिंग भी 50% ही होगा, कैलकुलेट करने की जरूरत नहीं है. ओके, सो this 50% is what percentage of 7 by 6 times 50%. So 50 से 50 कैंसिल आउट हो जाएगा और मेरा आंसर क्या हो जाएगा 6 by 7. अब 6 by 7 फ्रैक्शन सॉल्व करना है तो मैं इसको लिख सकता हूं 1 minus 1 by 7. दैट मीन्स 100%. माइनस 1 by 7 का अगर याद हो, आज ही बताया था मैंने स्टार्टिंग में 14.28. ओके, सो 100 में से 14.28 माइनस करोगे सो 85.72 ये वैल्यू आ जाएगा. अब अप्रोक्सीमेटली पूछा है, ऑप्शन में 85.71 है, सो यू कैन स्ट्रेट अवे मार्क योर आंसर एंड मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. ओके, सो 85.72 ऑप्शन डी is the correct answer. Let's see how many of you have given the correct answer. Nice, plenty of you. Shubh, Sanskar, Pragya, Sabyasachi, Vicky, Dharmi, Om, Priya, Anant, Chinmay, and lots of you have given the correct answer. Nice, nice. Last question for the day. Question number 10. Find the average of 10% of 5-star chocolates, 25% of Cadbury, and 20% of Melody. इनका average calculate करना है. All right, so option D says Sanskar. Okay, now 10% of 5-star chocolates. So 5-star number calculate करते हैं. 5-star total is 20%. 20% का 10% होगा 2%. So 2% of 7200. 2% of 7200 will be equal to 144. So 144 5-star. Now Cadbury. Cadbury total is 7%. So 7% of 7200 will be 7 into 72 एंड इसका 1/4 25% चाहिए, सो डिवाइडेड बाय 4 कर देंगे. ठीक है, 72 डिवाइडेड बाय 4 कितना होता है 18. 18 into 7, 70 and 56 126. सो कैडबरी विल बी 126. मेलेडी चॉकलेट्स का 20% लेना है, सो मेलेडी चॉकलेट्स कितनी है 25% विच इज 1800. 1800 का 20%, so it will be 360. All right, now if I'll add these numbers, so 300, 400, 500, 630. 630 will be the sum. Average calculate करना था, so इसको divided by 3 कर दो and the answer will be 210. Very simple set of calculations, right? So yes, the correct answer definitely is option D, that is 210. All right. Okay, so friends, that is all about this part 1 of data interpretation for the crash course of MAHCET 2022. So that is all from my side. I hope you would have learned something from this lecture, from this session. Now, more important thing will be, after this session is over, you all must indulge yourself in practicing the type of calculations that you have seen in this session. That is very important, otherwise you'll not be able to apply these things in the actual examination. All right, now if you like this session, please do press the like button. comment, share, and subscribe our channel, and then press the bell icon to get the notification of all the upcoming sessions. Now you all must be knowing about the last Lab to MHCT MBA 2022 series, which is running at present every day at 9 p.m. It started from 1st of August, so जिसको नहीं पता है series के बारे में, they can watch all the recordings which are available on YouTube. There will be a total of 20 PAPEX sessions, highly probable questions of MHCT 2022, and that will boost your score of MHCT. Right? So daily at 9 p.m. you can catch us live for these series. Now, anyone who is looking forward to join any of the programs for CAT 2022, so this is one comprehensive program and all the details are mentioned on the screen for all of you. Follow us on Insta, subscribe our YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep, press the like button, like our Facebook page, join our Telegram channel, and download the app from Google Play. So friends, that's all from my side. It was wonderful having such a great crowd, such an interactive crowd in my session. Have a good day. Bye-bye.